My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to hear me loud and clear today. Not with the ears on the side of your head, but with the ears of your spirit. There is a calling on your life, a divine mark stamped upon your soul from the foundations of the earth. You are not just anybody, you are chosen. And when God chooses a man, a woman, a soul, He separates them. He pulls them out. He sets them apart. He makes them holy. Not by tradition, not by ritual, not by the standards of men, but by the fire of His own Spirit. You see, some people are born into purpose, but you were assigned. The moment your heart started beating in your mother's womb, heaven wrote a declaration. This one is mine. The world may have tried to label you, box you in, tell you what you couldn't do or wouldn't become, but let me tell you something loud. The label that matters was written in the heavens before you ever took your first breath. God said, that one, I'm going to use that one to shake the world. I need you to understand. Everything you've been through, all the pain, all the setbacks, every night you cried when no one knew, all the times you were misunderstood, overlooked, rejected. Those weren't punishments, those were preparations. Because when God assigns you, He has to refine you. He has to remove what's not meant to stay. You've been forged in fire, not to break you, but to burn away what's not divine. Let me tell you why your journey's been different. Why it's felt heavier. Why it's taken longer. Because you're not called to blend in, you're called to stand out. You're not designed for average. You've been created for impact. And impact doesn't come cheap. You've had to lose people you loved. You've had to walk away from things that once felt like home. You've had to stand when everything around you told you to sit down and shut up. But even in your lowest hour, there was a whisper in your spirit. Keep going. That whisper wasn't your own strength. It was God reminding you who you are. So when I say you're chosen, I'm not giving you motivation. I'm giving you confirmation. I'm telling you what your spirit already knows. That you were created for such a time as this. That you've got a destiny that hell itself has been trying to delay. But guess what? It can't stop it. Your assignment is protected. Heaven is backing you. The anointing on your life is stronger than the attacks against it. Now listen, this ain't the time to play small. This ain't the time to shrink into fear. This is the time to rise. This is the time to walk like you're sent, to talk like you're covered, to move like you know who your Father is. You were not created to just survive. You were created to change the atmosphere. And starting today, you walk in that power. The fire inside of you is not random. It's the evidence of your calling. First, I want you to do 3 things to awaken the energy of this moment. Pause this video, hit the like button so this message reaches other chosen souls, and subscribe to join thousands of radiant spirits walking this divine path. Then, type the number 777 in the comments below. This is a powerful symbol of spiritual alignment and divine favor. When you do this, you're sending a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive everything God has prepared for you. If you are truly one of the chosen, you will stay with me until the very end. Because your soul already knows this truth is meant just for you. Let me talk to the ones who feel like they've been waiting too long. The ones who've prayed and fasted and hoped, but still haven't seen the door open. You feel like everyone else is moving, growing, elevating while you're stuck. You're tired. You're frustrated. You've done everything you know to do, and you're asking God, why not me? When is it my turn? But hear me loud and clear. Delay is not denial. It never was. When God makes you wait, He's not holding you back to hurt you. He's holding you in place because where He's taking you requires more. More strength, more discipline, more awareness. You don't just have a blessing coming, you have a divine responsibility. And responsibility without preparation is dangerous. God will never put His glory in the hands of someone who's not ready to carry it. You see, the waiting season is not a punishment. It's the gym where God builds your spiritual muscles. It's the quiet place where He teaches you how to trust Him when there's no applause, no spotlight, no confirmation from the outside world. Because when you finally arrive at your moment, He wants you so anchored in Him that nothing can shake you. Look at Moses. Look at Joseph. Look at David. Chosen, yes. Anointed, absolutely. But they didn't go straight to the throne. They went through pits, deserts, betrayals, silence. Not because God forgot them, but because God was forming them. The waiting room of God is where kings and queens are sculpted. It's where character is carved into the soul. It's where ego dies and purpose rises. So if you're in that place right now, don't curse it. Don't run from it. Sit with it. Learn from it. Praise in it. Because what looks like a delay is often divine protection. You might think you're ready, but God sees the full picture, and He loves you enough to withhold what you're not prepared to hold. And when your moment comes, and it will, you won't just walk into it. You'll walk in with power, with confidence, with clarity. People will look at you and say, "Where have you been?" And you'll smile because they'll never understand the cost of your preparation. They'll see the crown, but they won't know about the crushing. They'll see the light, but they'll never know about the nights you wept, the prayers you whispered, the times you almost gave up but didn't. So hold on, keep the faith. The delay is not your enemy, it's your training ground. When you feel most alone, God is the closest. I know it feels like you're carrying this burden all by yourself. The weight of the world, the pain in your heart, the unanswered prayers that keep you up at night wondering if anyone even sees you. You've been to the depths, you've walked through the fire, and yet you're still standing. But in the midst of that loneliness, that silence, that isolation, I need you to understand something powerful. God is closer than you think. I know the world has convinced you that being alone means being abandoned, that when people walk away, when friends turn their backs, when family lets you down, it's a sign that you're worthless, that you're not good enough, that you're invisible. But I need you to hear this right now. God never abandons you. The fact that you're feeling alone is not an indication of His absence. It's a reminder of His presence. See, God doesn't need the noise of a crowd to show up in your life. In fact, the silence you're feeling right now is a space where God is doing some of His most significant work. When you're alone, when you're isolated, that's when He can speak to you without distraction. That's when He can mold you, shape you, refine you, without the interruptions of the world around you. You see, when you're at the bottom, when you're stuck in a pit, that's the moment God shows you who He truly is. He doesn't wait until you've got it all together. He doesn't wait until you're strong, prepared, or ready. No, God shows up when you're weak, when you're vulnerable, when you feel like you're about to break. He doesn't come because you've earned it. He comes because He loves you, because He knows you have a purpose, because He sees you as worthy of His touch even in your brokenness. Remember when Jesus was on the cross? He felt the isolation. He felt forsaken. My God, why have you forsaken me? But in that moment of what seemed like abandonment, Jesus was fulfilling the greatest purpose that would ever be known to mankind. He was not alone. God was with Him, even in His deepest moment of suffering. And in that moment, He was not just saving Himself, He was saving you. When you feel like no one understands you, no one sees your struggles, know that God does. He's there in the shadows, He's there in the silence, and He is working on your behalf. He's preparing you for something greater than you can even imagine. The loneliness you're feeling isn't a curse, it's a divine calling. It's an invitation to grow closer to God. It's a place where He can teach you to rely on Him, trust in Him, and rest in His love. But hear me. Don't let the loneliness make you bitter. Don't let it turn into resentment. Don't let it pull you into despair. Instead, let it be the very thing that draws you closer to your Creator. Use it as a tool to build a deeper connection with the one who will never leave you nor forsake you. This time of solitude is not wasted time. It's the moment where you get to hear God's voice. It's where you get to feel His presence. It's where you get to know Him in a way you could never know Him if everything around you was perfect. And when your season of solitude ends, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more equipped to fulfill the purpose God has placed in your life. You'll be ready for the blessings that are on the way, and you'll be prepared for the challenges that come with those blessings. because you'll know that the same God who was with you in the silence will be with you in the storm. In your deepest loneliness, you will find God has always been there, waiting to show you his love. The pressure you feel is the proof of your calling. Let me say it again. The pressure you feel is not the result of something gone wrong. It's not a sign of failure or weakness. It is the proof, the very evidence that you are on the right path. You see, God never wastes a struggle, and everything you're going through right now, every ounce of pressure, every setback, every obstacle, it's not meant to break you, it's meant to build you. When you're chosen by God, he doesn't just hand you a crown and a comfortable life. No. He gives you the tools, the tests, and the trials that shape you into the person capable of wearing that crown. It's not just about what you can do now, it's about what you're being made into. Every challenge you face is refining you, like gold being purified in fire. The heat, the pressure, the moments when you feel like you're being crushed, those are not moments of abandonment. Those are moments of preparation. Understand this. There is no crown without a cost. The anointing on your life doesn't come without sacrifice. You can't lead others to greatness unless you first walked through the wilderness. You can't carry the weight of the blessing unless you've built the strength to hold it. God knows the pressure you're under, and he knows exactly how much you can handle. He is not going to let you fall. He is not going to let you break. He is using this pressure to make you stronger, to sharpen you for the calling ahead. Think about the pressure that athletes go through. The hours of training, the constant testing of their limits, the discipline it takes to become great. But do they complain? Do they sit down and quit? No. They push through because they understand that without the pain, there is no progress. They understand that greatness is not built in comfort, it is built through pressure. The same goes for you. Your calling requires pressure. It requires you to rise, even when you're tired. It requires you to dig deep, even when you feel like you've got nothing left. Because you're not just living for yourself, you're living for something greater. When God calls you, he doesn't just call you to be comfortable. He calls you to be a witness to his power, and he knows that to show his power through you, you must be tested. You must go through the fire because that's where the glory comes from. You think it's hard now, but you won't believe the strength you will carry when this season ends. You'll look back and see that what you thought was crushing you was actually building you into a vessel of honor. I know that it doesn't always make sense. I know that you've questioned why you're facing so much resistance. But let me tell you this. God doesn't test you with things he doesn't know you can handle. He allows the pressure because he knows the capacity he's built inside you. He knows that you have everything inside of you to come out of this stronger, more powerful, and ready to fulfill your destiny. So when the pressure gets intense, when the world around you seems to be crumbling, when it feels like you're being stretched beyond your limits, remember this: the pressure is the proof that you are called for more. You are being prepared for the greatness that is about to unfold in your life. Don't quit now, don't give in. You are not weak. You are being strengthened. You are not alone. God is with you, holding you, carrying you through it all. This pressure is not your enemy, it's your greatest ally. It is shaping you into who you are meant to be. You are not being crushed, you are being crafted for something extraordinary. There is power in your persistence. In a world that tells you to quit when things get hard, that tells you to walk away when the pressure gets unbearable, you are here to prove the opposite. You are here to show that even when everything seems to be against you, you refuse to give up. When the world says you can't, God says you will. When others look at you and see failure, God looks at you and sees greatness. He sees someone who has refused to let their circumstances define them. You might not have all the answers right now, and you may not understand the purpose behind the struggle. But let me tell you something powerful. Your persistence will pay off. The moments when you feel like throwing in the towel, when you feel like walking away from the dream, that's when your persistence is being tested. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going your way, but the real strength, the real victory, comes when you keep pushing, Even when the road is rough, when the climb is steep, and when you're not sure you have the strength to take another step. Think about the great leaders and warriors of history. Think about the ones who changed the world. Did they quit when things got tough? Did they give up when they faced obstacles? No, they persisted. They pressed on because they understood that the road to greatness is never smooth. They understood that challenges weren't signs of failure. They were proof that they were on the right track. In fact, the more resistance you face, the more it proves that you are on the path God has set for you. If the enemy is trying to stop you, that's because you're a threat. If the world is against you, that's because you're about to break through. You see, your persistence is not just about sticking to a goal. It's about proving to yourself and to the world that nothing can hold you back. When you choose to persist, you're choosing to align yourself with the power of God, the power that lives within you. I know you've been knocked down. I know you've had moments where you thought it was over. But every time you got back up, every time you chose to keep going, you showed the world your true strength. You showed the world that you are not defined by your setbacks. You are defined by your ability to rise again. Every time you push through, you're building spiritual muscles. You're preparing yourself for the future that God has already set aside for you. Let me remind you, your persistence is not in vain. It may seem like the world is moving slower for you, like the breakthrough you've been praying for is taking longer to come. But trust me, the wait is part of your process. God is not slow to fulfill His promises. He's working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything in your favor. Your persistence is positioning you for something bigger than you can see. The weight you're carrying is nothing compared to the weight of the glory that's coming. You might not see the reward yet, but keep going. Keep pushing. Keep fighting for your purpose, because the victory is on the other side of this struggle. The success is hidden in the challenge. God is waiting for you to trust Him fully, to keep moving forward even when it feels like you're walking in the dark. And when the light finally breaks through, when the blessing arrives, when the breakthrough comes, you will look back and see that your persistence was the key to unlocking your destiny. So stand tall, my brother, my sister. Stand strong in the face of opposition. Keep pressing forward because the world is about to see the power of your persistence. God is going to reward every step you've taken, every time you've refused to give up, every moment you've decided to keep going. Your persistence is the proof that you are destined for something extraordinary. Keep moving forward. You are standing at the threshold of a divine transformation. Right now, you may not see it, but I need you to understand something powerful. God is working in your life, and everything you've been through up until this moment has been leading you to the breakthrough that is just around the corner. Your pain, your struggle, your setbacks, they've all been part of the process. Everything that's been broken in you, every dream that has been delayed, every door that has been closed, it's not the end of your story. It's simply the beginning of something far greater. You see, we live in a world that measures success by what we can see with our eyes, the things we can touch, the things we can hold. But God's definition of success is different. God measures success by what He has already placed inside you, by the purpose He has stamped on your soul before the foundations of the earth. Your value is not determined by the world's standards, and your destiny is not held in the hands of people or circumstances. Your destiny is in God's hands, and He is faithful to bring it to fruition. I know it's easy to look around and feel like things are not moving fast enough, like the promise of success is so far away. But let me tell you this, God's timing is perfect. What you may perceive as delays are actually divine appointments. What you might see as closed doors are actually God's way of protecting you, of guiding you toward the path that will lead to your greater purpose. Trust the process. Trust that everything is working for your good, even when you can't see it in the moment. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go according to plan, when you don't see the fruit of your labor right away. But I want to remind you that God doesn't work in the way we think He should. His ways are higher. His timing is not our timing. And the beauty of this journey is that everything you've been through is leading you toward your greatest season. The trials, the tests, the moments of doubt, they are all preparing you for the glory that is about to be revealed in your life. Do not give up now. Do not throw in the towel, because you are so close to the breakthrough. I know it's hard to keep pushing when the results aren't showing up immediately, but understand that growth often happens in the unseen. Just like a seed planted in the ground, the roots grow deep before the plant ever emerges above the surface. God is deepening your foundation, preparing you for the harvest that is coming. The work He is doing in your life right now may not be visible, but trust me, it is real. It is happening. You are being prepared for the elevation that is coming. I want you to hold on to this. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. God has not left you behind. He has been walking with you every step of the way, even when it didn't feel like it. The world may have rejected you. People may have turned their backs on you, but God has not abandoned you. He is right here, waiting for you to take that final step of faith. And when you do, you will see that everything He promised you is on the other side of your obedience. So keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Keep believing in the promise. Keep trusting in the process. You are being transformed right now into someone who can handle the blessing that's coming. And when that blessing arrives, you will look back and realize that every tear, every struggle, every moment of doubt was part of the divine plan that brought you here. This is not the end. It's only the beginning of what God is about to do in your life. Keep pressing on.